some mistakes in the growing saffron indoors, especially in the beginning of the sorting. Some of you completely remove this layer. This is 100% wrong. You shouldn't remove. This is the white. You shouldn't see the white part of the bulbs, okay? Unfortunately, I have seen some farmers, they post in the social media and completely remove. This is the biggest mistakes in the growing saffron indoors when you remove this. When you remove this layer and fungal diseases, damage in the temperature fluctuation, and it gradually will be shrinking. Will be shrink this layer. This is completely wrong. Always from the beginning at the end, this is like this. You know, look, this is like this. You should put this layer. You shouldn't remove this layer. When you remove this layer, okay, like this. This is completely covered. You shouldn't see, for example, a little. Exactly this layer should be on the bulbs, because this layer, this layer, this shell, this peel helps to the bulbs from the temperature fluctuation, humidity. If, for example, if accidentally the one drop of the water phase, this helps. But in this case, even the small temperature fluctuation, even the small water drop is equal with the destroying this bulb. Okay, this is first step. But another important things about the removing lateral bulbs. You know, on the bulbs we have always 2 or 3, sometimes 4 sprout. Okay, you always should be keep this the main sprout. What is the meaning of the main sprout? The sprout that appear on the top of the bulb, they are main sprouts that you shouldn't touch them, and you should allow growing, and the flowers from this part will be appeared. But about these are lateral bulbs. Okay, these are known as the lateral bulbs. In the side bulbs you can see, you should remove. Okay, you should remove like this. I want to show you, this is another lateral. But some of you thinks that, okay, if the sprout be strong, okay, we should keep this because they are strong. This is a big mistake. You always should remove even this part. Even this part you should remove. Only you should keep 1, 2 or 3 on the top, main sprout. But another mistake is some of you don't know that the time of the removing lateral bulbs is the only maximum 2 weeks or 3 weeks after the purchasing the bulb. For example, in this time we are in the middle of the October, any removing is equal with a shock. If you now in this time you remove the sprout, the lateral sprout, all the saffron bulb face with the shock. Okay, that is the shock is not suitable. Only 2 weeks when the sprouts near the 2 centimeters, near the 1 centimeter, even if this is a 1 centimeter, you should remove. In this time, very critical, because in this time flowers will appear. One worker touch to the fungal spot. For example, if face some of the bulbs has for example, the fungal disease like this. This is a black spot. This is a dangerous. And when you touch this bulb, okay, touch, and for the removing the lateral, your touch the worker again, and all disease spread on your room, and you should say goodbye with the flowers. Therefore, this time 3 weeks before flowering. In this time 2 weeks during flowering, you should stop for the removing the lateral. But the question is, because even in this time when we remove in the 2 weeks after the purchasing the bulb, the bulbs, also again in this time, even the time of the flowering, the lateral bulbs will appear. The lateral bulbs will appear even in this time. You shouldn't touch. You should wait till after the finishing flowering. Then after finishing flowering you should remove. But the question is, why we should remove this lateral? Because even this sometime maybe this flowering. My experience, in this lateral bulb, flower won't be appear. Only flower happen in the top. Sometimes yes, flowers even in the side, in the lateral sprouts, we can see flower. But flower is very weak, is not as strong as much as the flowers, and we shouldn't risk. Only we should focus on that. Some of you think I remove this for the saving energy for having heavy flower. This is wrong. I don't remove this lateral sprout for the focus on in the main. We have the strong flowers on the top. I remove this one because for preventing the small bulbs. Okay. For example, if you don't remove this lateral bulbs, if you don't remove this lateral bulb like this, okay, for example, this is a 1, 2, 3. After the flowering, if you allow to the even the lateral, you don't remove all these small lateral bulbs converted to the bulb, small bulb, and don't allow to the main sprout to the creating the new bulbs. Bear in mind, very important. My goals is not they have a lot of number of the new bulbs for the propagation. The number of the saffron bulbs should be low, but the weight of each bulb should be heavy. For example, 100 number of the bulbs with the weight of each bulb 20 gram is better. 1 million bulb with the weight of each 7 gram, 2 gram, 7 gram, 8 gram, 12 gram. Because the number of the bulbs doesn't give you flower. The weight of each bulb should be heavy like this. This is near the 50 gram. Okay, this weight is a 50 gram, and therefore when you don't remove the lateral bulbs, the new bulb will be appear. Even with the best fertilizer, with the best texture, with the best cultivation depths, all the bulbs alongside the main sprout, also the lateral sprout will appear, and instead of the number of the low bulbs and the heavy bulbs, you will have a lot of bulbs, because a small bulb, and these small bulbs doesn't allow to main sprout have a heavy bulb. This is the secret of the propagations. Another mistake in the growing saffron indoors, some of you unfortunately I have seen use humidifier. We don't use humidifier in the growing saffron indoors. Only we should keep relative humidity. Only I have seen that use things, the steams is the main cause of the flowering. This is not true, okay? The main cause of the flowering is not humidifier, it's not the steam. When you turn on the humidifier, the small steam comes to the bulbs, and therefore, as you can see, the roots will appear, because when the water or the humidity face with the bulbs, the roots will appear exactly like this. You can see the roots, and this is a very big problem. And roots and the fungal diseases, okay, all should be covered from the water. We don't give any water. I hope you enjoy. And about the another mistake that in the